Let's talk about the Mini 3 Pro and the Air 3. Two fantastic drones. I have the Mini 3 Pro. It's up behind me, and the Air 3 on paper just seems like a fantastic drone that I'm very, very curious about. For me, for what I've used my drone for up until this point, for YouTube, for creating content, for family stuff, has been fantastic. That Air 3 just has some features in there that has really got my attention. I've watched a lot of videos on the Air 3. I've researched it quite a bit. Some of the things really just make me want to go out and buy it today. One of which is the 360 obstacle avoidance. I've talked about in other videos where obstacle avoidance is a double-edged sword. It can be a crutch that you can rely on, and it can be in some degrees, a hindrance. And it can also obviously save you from crashing an expensive drone. 360 obstacle avoidance is next level though, because you're on the Mini 3 Pro, you're missing the side protection, whereas on the Air 3, you have it. So there's that one thing, as well as the camera situation. So the camera, you've got your tele lens, which is 3x zoom, and you have the normal wide angle lens that you're used to flying with. Them two lenses on one drone, you have the Mavic 3 Pro that has 3 lenses and the 7x zoom being the extra lens. I've heard a lot of people talk about they don't really use the 7x zoom on the Mavic 3 Pro. Therefore, they're relying on the normal and the 3. So obviously, the Air not having that 7x zoom means that, well, if these are the two lenses that you want, this drone has it, and you don't have the 7. The Mini 3 Pro does have zoom. It's just digital. So basically, you're taking your shot and you're zooming in, and it's basically just punching in on the image and getting closer. So for me, from where I live, if I put my drone above my house and look east, I can see the Las Vegas Strip. Now, if I zoom in on it, you can, but it looks very pixelated and it's not a very good quality image. So obviously with a drone that can do either 3 or 7x zoom, zooming in the strip from this far out, it's optical zoom, meaning the lens is that focal length and it's not just digitally zooming in. I could probably get a very decent shot of the strip. There's a lot of restrictions around the strip. You just can't fly. You can't even get close to it because of the airport that's so close. So having that option of a 3x, 7x zoom is great. But of course, on the Air 2, it has the 2 options, the 3 and the 2. The images coming from the sensors with the 3x zoom are fantastic because you get a lot of compression. So basically you have your subject and you have the background, and it basically, if you've seen comparisons of it, it pushes the background either closer, or it kind of manipulates the background, and that's obviously all videography and photography stuff, but the image coming out looks so good with your subject in the foreground and the background with that compression and the parallax effect that you can get with a moving subject. So that is very exciting, especially for someone like me who is doing content and doing stuff for my family. Getting really interesting and quality images is important, and that's what really excites me about the Air 3. And the new features that it also possesses is the new transmission system, which is supposed to be bigger, stronger, faster, whatever, right? It gives you better transmission between your controller and the drone, and it gives you a bigger distance and a stronger connection. So all that's kind of cool, but the fact that 2 cameras and the 360 obstacle avoidance again makes me just want to go out and say, let's invest and get a new, bigger, better drone that I've really enjoyed having the Mini 3 Pro. So Mini 3 Pro, the side of that is, one side of that drone is, it is very light. So in high wind conditions, it doesn't handle it too well because it's such a light drone. It's a double-edged sword. It's a fantastic mini portable drone, but high wind situations, it doesn't handle it too well. Supposedly the Air 3 has a very strong motor system. So when it elevates and goes up, it's supposed to be really quick. And when it goes forward and whatever, when it's moving around, it's supposed to be very quick and very strong, and is able to handle high wind situations very strong. So another exciting part of why the Air 3 is, I think, such a special drone. And not to mention, it kind of situated between the Mini 3 Pro and the Mavic series, the Mavic Pro series. So that one, cost-wise, sits right in the middle between the two. It seems like potentially the next step from a Mini 3 series to that one. For what you're getting for it, the price I think is very, very reasonable. And you might find in the near future that we have an Air 3. That's kind of how excited I am. So there you go. That's my little takes on the difference between the Mini 3 Pro and the Air 3. Two fantastic drones, two fantastic features, and some cool stuff with what DJI are doing with their drones. So have a great day. Bye.